Ever since the Mike Brown firing, it feels like De'Aaron Fox has been in the hot seat with the media and the Sacramento Kings organization as a whole. He turned down a contract extension with the Kings during the offseason and talked about how he values winning more than money. And now more than ever, his name has been on the trade block. And where is De'Aaron Fox actually going to end up? And obviously the most favored team to get De'Aaron Fox would be the San Antonio Spurs, because De'Aaron Fox has already expressed that he wants to go into San Antonio and play with Victor Wembanyama. But does this even make sense for the Spurs to trade for him? And you might be thinking, yes, of course it makes sense, because then they could actually make a real playoff push. I mean, they're only 2.5 games out of the playoffs. But what's the point of trading for De'Aaron Fox now when you can wait for him in free agency and then sign him? Because the Spurs would likely have to trade up a lot of assets and a lot of young players, which they do have a lot of draft capital to trade, but the Kings are going to want more than that. They're in a win-now state. I mean, they just signed DeMar DeRozan, it's clearly not building for the future. And the Spurs giving away future talent like this could actually hurt them more in the long run, and this could prevent them from winning a title. And we've seen this before with players like Carmelo Anthony. But I still would say the San Antonio Spurs are probably the favorite to land De'Aaron Fox, just because he wants to play there, they expressed it, and the Kings have leverage with that trade. Another hot name for De'Aaron Fox as of recent has been him going to the Los Angeles Lakers, but I just do not see this happening at all. And the reason I say this is because De'Aaron Fox has actually expressed he has zero interest in joining the Lakers. And again, I actually have no idea why. I feel like this would be a really good fit for De'Aaron Fox. He's already a face of California sports, and it wouldn't be that much of a move for him. But maybe it's just because he doesn't think they can win right now. Another team I could see making a very big push for De'Aaron Fox would be the Houston Rockets. And again, they might need to give up some assets like maybe Cam Whitmore, Reed Shepherd, Jeff Green, and some other young talent on their team. And a lot of people may be opposed to this because why would they get rid of their depth right when they're doing good? And yes, that is a fair point. But when is there going to be another star player that's going to come to Houston? This is not a hotspot destination for stars. When is the last time an actual superstar came to play for Houston besides Clyde Drexler? Some of these smaller market teams do need to capitalize off of this, because even with the winning culture, I doubt a lot of players are going to want to come to Houston. But again, this will be very risky. And I don't know who would be the number one in this situation, Jalen Green or De'Aaron Fox, but it doesn't really sound like a recipe for success. I'm not trying to say this is the best move, but don't be surprised if the Rockets end up trading for De'Aaron Fox. Another team that could be making a push for De'Aaron Fox would be the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota has been disappointing to say the least. After trading Karl-Anthony Towns, which just looks like they took the huge L on that trade, they have not been what they used to be. Their defense became a lot worse, their offense did get a little better, but their net rating has gone down a lot. And adding a player like De'Aaron Fox would definitely elevate this offense to a new extreme. You don't have to force De'Aaron Fox to be the #1 scoring option or the #1 best player on the team, and he does have depth around him. This trade would probably have to involve like Jaden McDaniels, Mike Conley, and some other key players, maybe like Dante DiVincenzo. But I kind of doubt Dante DiVincenzo would want to go back to the Kings after what happened last time. But Minnesota is definitely not opposed to making splashy moves. I mean, the past couple years in the offseason, that's kind of what they do. They kind of make splashy moves because they're all a smart market team, and they're not going to be getting a lot of free agents in the offseason, so they have to make these big trades for superstars like we saw with the Cat trade for Julius Randle and the Rudy Gobert trade. But I think the trade that makes the most sense for both sides would be De'Aaron Fox going to the Miami Heat, and particularly a swap with De'Aaron Fox and Tyler Hero, and maybe a couple picks going to Miami. The reason I say this is because Miami is in a win-now mode, and they still haven't traded Jimmy Butler yet, and I still feel like they want Jimmy Butler on their team, and the way to do this is putting more winning pieces around Jimmy Butler, and this could be adding De'Aaron Fox, and he has that chemistry with Bam Adebayo already from Kentucky. Jimmy Butler has made 2 finals runs in recent history, and it still seemed like a very good player. Obviously, we haven't seen him play this year, so there could be a lot, he could be a lot worse. We don't really know, but I kind of doubt that. And I really do think the Miami Heat organization wants Jimmy Butler to stay, and they want to win a ring with him, and I feel like adding De'Aaron Fox could be the perfect piece to the puzzle. Yes, Tyler Hero has been having a very good season, but I still don't think he's nowhere near as a player as De'Aaron Fox is. And making this move to make Jimmy Butler happy could definitely upset some people in the East. And again, the Miami Heat have proven they can hang in there with the really big teams. But again, we don't even know if De'Aaron Fox is even going to be traded. I mean, the new interim head coach ever since Mike Brown left, they're 11-4, and they're in the playoffs as we speak. Maybe De'Aaron Fox still doesn't believe in the Sacramento Kings team, thinking they can't compete with teams like the Nuggets or OKC. But again, I would not be surprised if De'Aaron Fox backs out and still wants to play at least one more season to at least finish the season with the Kings, and then go to San Antonio this offseason in a trade, or maybe just wait till his contract expires so he can sign a free agency. But again, this is the big topic of the trade deadline besides the Jimmy Butler stuff maybe. And maybe De'Aaron Fox and Jimmy Butler swap does happen, but I kind of highly doubt that does. Again, leave your opinions in the comments down below and subscribe for more NBA videos like this.